Hello, friends. Welcome to Squared Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up my lined vertical health planner for the week of Christmas. I'll be decorating it with some stickers and some washi, and hopefully give you guys some ideas for what you might want to do for your Christmas week in your planners as well. So if that sounds good, let's jump in. And we've got some washi tapes here ready to go, along with these stat stickers I made on my computer and these Anna Bean on a Mission stickers that I'll be using. Okay, let's go ahead and lay down some wax paper and get started on the week's design. I am planning ahead a week, so you guys will have a little bit of extra time if you want to think about what you want to do for Christmas. I always like to do something special on this week, so thought it might be nice to put this out a little early so you guys could have time to plan your spreads. So I'm going to do a basic Christmas tree theme. I've seen this done in many styles of planners, including horizontal, vertical, whatever, you name it, dashboard. And so it's a pretty easy design that you can customize depending on the layout that you're in. So you don't have to be in a line vertical like I am. It can be applied to many different designs. And you also don't really necessarily need these stickers in particular, which were from last year anyway. So I don't know if they're going to be still available in her shop, but I will try to link at least what I can find down there in case you want something specific. So anything that I'm using, I will try to link in the description and give you some idea of how you might get some of those items. But anyway, so like I said, I'm just going to do a basic Christmas tree theme here, and I'm going to build out the Christmas tree shape using these black silhouetted snowflakes. I thought that these were kind of, I don't know, bold and almost stark since it's just black and white. But I think for the way that I'll be using them, it will work out well since I plan to do a rainbow theme as well. In my health planner, I really like bright colors. It's definitely more energizing for me to see bright colors in my health planner than like neutrals or something that's a little bit more muted. So we're going to try this very high contrast Christmas spread with this basically black Christmas tree that I'm building out here in the middle. And then we'll add that rainbow color going across with a color per day. So I have her sticker sheets here, and there's quite a few different sizes of the snowflakes. I'm just trying to balance it out so that the tree shape kind of comes into form, and you can see the triangle that I'm trying to build out right now, just using the various sizes of snowflakes. I think it worked out pretty good in the end, but it did take me a little while to just maneuver the sizes and figure out where I could put things to balance things out. These are paper stickers as well, so they're a little bit harder to, I don't know, combine. You don't want to put too many too close because then they start to cover each other up, versus like a clear sticker where you can layer them a little bit more. I am working out where these might go. Getting pretty close to a final shape here. There was a lot of back and forth, we'll say, just trying to balance it. Also, when I was building it, I kind of got a little bit off center, but that was a pretty easy fix. Once I got it all set up, I can just shift the pages since I'm using wax paper here to help me maneuver the tree to the center point. Like I said, we're getting close. I wanted to get the tree established first because It is such a focal point of the spread. So I'm taking my time, making sure everything fits nicely within the guidelines here that I'm setting up. I started with the bigger snowflakes and kind of worked my way down, but you could do something very similar with like Christmas items, different smaller stickers of like maybe stockings and gingerbread men and, whatever, Christmas presents, different stickers of various sizes, and just kind of shape them into this collage of a triangle, which forms your tree. I did add one more sticker that was not a snowflake, which was a black star that I got from Anna Bean as well, but I think it was from a different sticker pack. Put that at the top just to kind of sell the Christmas tree idea. And now I'm laying in the colored boxes that I'm going to use for this rainbow spread. It is a little bit tricky there in the center, but this week works out perfectly for this design on a vertical because we've got Wednesday being Christmas Eve and Thursday being Christmas Day, which are the 2 days nestled around the tree, which don't really provide a lot of tracking space. But I don't really plan to do much on those days anyway, so I'll put a box there just in case, but I may not track all the things because of the holiday. You can see it's going to be a pretty traditional rainbow color scheme across. A little bit off with the greens, but for the most part, it's a traditional rainbow tone. And then I'm going to pull in some of these other stickers from her collection that are Christmas lights with the rainbow brights, similar to the colors of the boxes. And I wanted to have a quote, of course, so I liked that Merry and Bright quote, but it was a little bit too large, the original one that I pulled, and found this smaller one that worked a lot better in the sidebar. I do want to have Christmas lights across the top. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to add in some of that black washi behind at this point. I also need to cut down some of these boxes that are going way off the page. So that will be adjusted as well once I start moving things over. So, okay, let's go ahead and start putting things onto the paper. And I'll start with these boxes. I think I want to do a slight cascade of positioning of the boxes as I go. So the first one's going to be drop down one, and then the second one will be aligned to the top. And then I'm just laying in my stat stickers with the coordinating color scheme right below those. And then below that, I'll put in my food log for the day. Basically mirroring the same positioning on the right page as I did on the left. And here you'll see an example of how I'm cutting down the boxes to fit, so nothing goes outside of the page. Basically, I'm just cutting a piece of the box off and then relayering it on top of itself. I'm gonna leave the 2 middle boxes for the end after I get this Christmas tree in, since I will need to work around it. And I'm going to try to roll off this Christmas tree, which is going to be a little bit tricky because nothing is touching for the most part, but it is in a kind of straight line. So I should be able to maneuver most of these stickers off as I go. Just helps eliminate the double effort of trying to realign all these stickers. And even though it's not that easy of a process or not as simple because of the stickers not touching, I do think it does save time in the end when you do this method of using the wax paper ahead of time so that you don't have to move over the stickers one by one. And then I decided to just finish it off with these last couple by hand. And then I realized they were a little bit off center, so then I ended up resetting them anyway a little bit. Getting close. I think I'll just maybe eliminate this or reposition this one snowflake and put this one below it. Now that we have that in, we can put in these last two boxes. I am going to shrink this up a little bit in the yellow and the same in the green. I'm going to try to move this snowflake either in or change it out so that I can fit in some stats here in this position. I probably will go to the gym on Wednesday, so I do like to have my stats reflect that. So yeah, we're just going to change it out for a smaller one so I have a little bit more room there for adjustment. And now we're moving on to the green box here. There really isn't any room for the stat stickers at this section, but it's Christmas Day, so I'm probably not going to work out, and I'm okay with skipping that day as far as tracking. I do want to add some color in with these washi tapes, so I'm going to quickly add those in here, just layered up at the bottom. I really love this technique for gradiating the colors across the page. Just adds that flare of color and mimics the colors of the rainbow at the top. I like that effect. It repeats the colors again on the page somewhere else, which always makes for a better design. So I'm just putting them in layers, one next to each other, only using about half the width of the washi, just because I don't want it to be too much into the tree I made. And that looks good. We will do some trim out. These last two were slightly crooked, so I just reset those real quick before I did the trimming. And usually I would probably reuse those scraps, but I just didn't have the time or the effort to figure out how to maneuver those into the design, so I just let those be. And since I did want to use these light strips at the top, I'm just going to go ahead and pop those in and then see what we have. Can almost span both pages with these three stickers. Then we have the quote I want to drop in here. I think it would be best here at the top. Gonna add in a couple of the snowflakes here too, just to reiterate that again as a repeating item on the page. And two should be good. I feel like maybe a little bit more lights to kind of finish out the full top half would be good. So I'm going to try to add one more little light strip here at the top. Finish things out. And we'll use the trimming even here on the side, just so it looks like it's continuously going off the page. So just doing a little bit of cleanup. We'll trim off the excess. Also separate out the pages. And I will use my Happy Planner punch to clean out these holes. So thankful I now have the pink punch versus the blue punch, which would always catch on these types of things. Pink punch works perfectly, even doubled up with stickers. So very happy about this. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, to go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you next time. Bye!